When taking into account how much information we process daily, it comes as no surprise that sometimes we make the wrong decisions. And everyone makes mistakes, right? But what if the consequences of this wrong decision can cause an even bigger problem? Whether we'd like to admit it to ourselves or not, unconscious bias not only has the potential to negatively impact the hiring process and how we review candidates, but it can also influence the diversity you hire into your company. A crucial component of providing equal opportunities to all candidates and making better hiring decisions yourself is to ensure that your hiring process is as unbiased as possible. What do I mean when I say unbiased hiring? Unbiased hiring is a process in which every candidate is evaluated based on the data and insights that are predictive of job and company culture fit, using objective selection methods, without any interference of unconscious biases, subjectivity, or data that do not predict performance. In a hiring setting, being biased can lead to wrongfully rejecting high potential candidates or hiring low potential candidates. That's not all though, it can leave negative consequences on your recruitment KPIs. In advance of the training workshop that you're attending, this short video is going to explore how unconscious bias can impact the recruitment process and how these biases are formed. There are multiple biases that can impact a hiring process. As you can see from this image, there are different ones at different stages. What is bias versus unconscious bias? Biases are shortcuts that our brain forms based on our own experiences, things that people tell us, media portrayals, institutional influences, as well as other external influences. Unconscious biases are subliminal judgments that influence the way we make decisions. In other words, they are innocent ignorance. How can bias affect our mindset, attitude, and actions in a hiring process? If we know that bias exists and are capable of distorting our perception of others or make judgment errors consciously or unconsciously, and on top of that, we are rushing through the different hiring stages, there's a real danger that these biases will influence what we think and decide about different candidates. Layered onto this, a very prominent bias to watch out for is stereotypes. This is where we may have incomplete knowledge about certain social groups and make unfair assumptions of how they are likely to behave or perform. For example, all new mothers will not be ambitious in their career, or Swiss people are always on time, or successful leaders are all extroverts and outgoing. When stereotypes become prejudices, you are accepting the stereotype to be true. Unlike stereotypes, prejudices are linked to emotion, and this will lead you to make positive or negative evaluations of people from different social groups. Why is bias bad for business? They can lead to hiring people who look, work, and act like you, which brings a limiting perspective to your team and customer relationships. This leads to reduced innovation, diversity of thought and perspective, and they can increase the risk in making the wrong hire. Please review the worksheet that accompanies this video to review more details about the different types of unconscious biases that can impact the recruitment process. We are all biased, you, me, everyone we know. Now that you're aware of your innocent ignorance, we hope that the training workshop will provide you with ideas and tools to help minimize these biases during the recruitment process.